Hello and welcome to Noobs in Progress. My name is Nathan, and here with me I have
Ethan Murphy, Nathan Beatty's friend.
Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good.
You're
My
good.
friend, I am
Awesome.
good. I'm nearsighted, apparently, wearing glasses, but I'm good. Other than that, as long as we stay still and don't have to walk or drive, I'm good. How about you, my friend? How are you?
I'm doing all right. Just happy to, be here. I'm happy to be here, Ethan. Oh God.
I do feel like if someone said you realize that Nathan Beatty was taken over by aliens years ago, I'd be like, yeah, I can believe it. Sometimes the way he plays off his casual humanness is not most believable. I'm happy to be here, friend. How are you?
I'm doing fine today. The shit show that is life. But anyway.
On that positive note, we want to tell people where we're. It correlates too well to what our topic is today.
Yes. We're so today is our pre-gaming chat before we watch the movie Cutthroat Island. Cutthroat Island. That is the I was.
Woo!
Well, yeah, yes. I was. Oh, that's right. I was meant to pull up the explanation of the film, because this is one of the. It's been a while since we've done a film where you actually need the description.
Yeah.
I mentioned it to the warden, and she was like, "What movie? What was that?" And I said it was the movie with Geena Davis, or she said, "Is that an old movie?" And I said, "Oh, no, it's one with Geena Davis." And she was like, "Probably an old movie." And I said, "It's the 90s." She said, "That was 30 years ago." I was like, "You shut your mouth."
Yeah, Geena Davis hasn't been in a movie in a while, and then the last movie she was in, I can't even remember. So
Yeah,
I know she was definitely one of your crushes growing up. She still is one of your crushes.
Yes.
But yeah, she's not the most active actor.
Well, I think she, like, I hate to say it, but I think she suffered from the thing that happens in Hollywood is that once you hit a certain age, then Hollywood forgets that you exist, especially when you're a woman. That actually doesn't happen to men all that much, but
mainly when you're a woman. I mean, she did have a very prominent role in the first season of The Exorcist TV show, which was great a couple years ago. But yeah, other than that,
she also did that.
I'm sorry, you.
Well, I was just gonna say she also did that that TV show that was like with a president. I think she played the president or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So, oh wow, okay. So the storyline: Morgan Adams and her slave William Shaw are on a quest to recover the 3 portions of a treasure map. Unfortunately, the final portion is held by her murderous uncle, Dog. DAWG, I shit you not. Her crew is skeptical over her leadership abilities, so she must complete her quest before they mutiny against her. This is made yet more difficult by the efforts of the British Crown to end her piratical raids.
That's not a word, man.
Piratical?
No.
Wow. Written by Stern. Yeah, Stern. I don't know. You think you're making up words there, buddy.
Jesus.
Wow.
I am so glad we're doing there's when literally the first sentence says the main character and her slave, it's like, all right, we're off. This is the movie we're watching. We're watching this movie.
That's why
we're watching this movie.
When I saw the first line, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Right. Well, because there's another movie we decided not to do because we realized, there's some very problematic stuff in this. And then we said, let's do a nice, safe movie that's, probably bad, but at least safe. Opening line. The hero and their slave. All right, well, all right.
Yeah, this is going to dabble in some stuff. Let me just tell you.
Yes. Let's get to dabbling.
And I think that there's talk that pirate movies like are tend to be cursed. Like I've heard that a lot in
Yeah.
because
Yes.
like
Yeah.
if you think about it, very few pirate movies are successful. Like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies are, and like they seem to be the exception. And I think like Errol Flynn movies. So it's like an Errol Flynn curse. Like
Right. It's like the '60s. It's like either it was made in the '60s or it's Pirates of the
mhm.
Caribbean. Otherwise, it's cursed. It's a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even the actual successful Pirates of the Caribbean movie had curse in the name.
Oh
Ironically
yeah.
enough,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's how you get around. Well, either that or
that's how you get
you
around
have just a like really flippin' sexy male lead. Like that's really the only way you can make pirate. I don't know. Like I don't know Matthew Modine. I don't know how sexy he is compared to Johnny Depp and or Errol Flynn.
I do like the idea of you having to like weigh which one is sexier, Gina Davis or Johnny Depp. Just seeing inside Nate's mind as he goes back and forth between the two.
I don't know. That sachet that Johnny Depp has as Captain Jack Sparrow. That little like oh geez, just that like oh it's
So his sachet brought on by extreme heat stroke? Like it literally baked his brain to the point where he ended up like that's the lore of these pirates movies is that Johnny Depp was living that pirate island for like a week or like a couple of days by himself, and he got heat stroke to the point where it baked his brain into that thing.
Yeah, I don't know, but hey, it's my headcanon now. Like I'm just gonna go with that.
Your headcanon. Here's the place I want to go to for like if I ever win the Super Bowl or the World Series, and someone says, "Hey, Ethan, you just won the World Series. Where are you going next?" I'm going to Nate Beatty's headcanon, and you see me just walk into this wonderland of like insanity.
Yes, just stay out of the West Wing. You'll be fine. But
is that where the rose is, Beast? Is that where the rose? Is
yeah,
that,
exactly.
that touching you transform into a.
The problem is now is that every time I see because the kids are watching it a lot now. Every time I see that movie and they say, don't go to the West Wing, and it's like, I just in my head it's like yes because that's where Aaron Sorkin lives. Anyway, so.
And there's nothing scarier than Aaron Sorkin. Trust me, kids.
Sorkin, yes.
He is the real beast.
He's like, damn it! Have you seen what they've done to CJ in season 6? Anyway,
he has lots of beef with that season 6. Oh my
yes. So back on to the film. So actually,
the film.
Yes, well, we're calling it a film now. We'll find out next week.
Oof, yeah. Yeah.
But we're both noobs on this one. We're both newbies.
We're both newbies. This is definitely one of the rare occasion. Matter of fact, is this the first time on the show where you've both been? No, it's not.
Technically not because Hamilton, but
right. And there was an episode we did that the original actual pilot.
Oh yes, the pilot
where we didn't actually have the pilot. Yeah. So outside of those two conditions, this is technically the first time that we are both officially newbies, which I'm excited about. I'm excited to see how it goes. And we can get into our speaking of newbies, I guess we can pop our cherries with our precoital countdown list. I'm gonna go ahead and milk every last sexual metaphor possible just to make you cringe because you're too young and handsome not to. Okay, so getting into our noobs in progress precoital questionnaire. Have you ever heard of the film?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Not much of it, but yes, I have. How about you?
Had heard it. Okay, so because you said yes, I definitely had. Because I had heard, and we can get into more later on about what I'd heard, but I'd always heard like, oh, this was the movie that was like the biggest bomb and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'd heard that's what I heard. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Now I guess the warden definitely had not heard of it, but you had.
Well, I think she probably had, but it's like it falls off the map, after so many years.
Yes. And part of what it is too is because it's not it is not a well-received movie. So it's almost like it's one that the studio itself is trying to bury. They want you to forget about it.
Yes.
So, yeah. I mentioned, so the next question is, what have you heard about the film? I mentioned that I'd heard that it was a pretty big bomb and and kind of lost all kinds of money. What have you heard about the film?
I pretty much the same. Like I had heard that it didn't do well. Like they had thought that it was going to be a much better movie, and like it was a they put a lot like in fact I know they put a lot of money into it. I don't think I don't think it like went the Waterworld direction, but it was
Oof.
on that path. And they were
Yeah.
putting a lot of stuff behind it because they thought it was going to be good, and then it just
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. I think
it
the
went.
water itself, just water, is cursed.
Yes.
That's part of the
Yes.
problem. You need to put all your pirate movies on dry land only. Uh,
Yeah, that's probably not a bad
you do.
idea.
No, no, just CG in water behind it. It'll be all right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Just make it a movie
Why
about Napster. You'll be all right. Anyway.
Not cursed. Well, all right. Just all kinds of curses here. Question number 3. Why haven't you seen it?
Oh, geez. Well, that would have been. It came out what 95? Was it came out?
Somewhere around there. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
early high school for us. Early high school.
Yeah. So yeah, it would early high school. So yeah, I probably was just busy doing other things, and it just didn't land on a weekend where I had a girlfriend to take to a movie. So I just probably missed it for that reason alone.
Or the exact opposite. You had a girlfriend and you were quote unquote busy doing other things, therefore you didn't go see the movie. Uh, I won't
Maybe.
go into the details as as Nate waggles his eyebrows up and down in a very seductive manner at me.
Oh wow. Okay. The fact that we're going through a precoital list and you say seductive manner at me.
No kink shame. Our
No
only
kink shame.
rule.
No kink shame.
No
But it makes me
kink
question
shame.
things.
Good. I wanted to. As you have I can tell right now you're still having your fantasies of Johnny Depp sashaying around you with mascara on his face and fighting Geena Davis for your honor. So there's all kinds of things that are happening. It's a good Halloween for us all. The reason I personally haven't seen it is because I did remember seeing the trailers when I was younger, and it didn't seem all that appealing to me.
Mhm.
Matthew Modine as the hero always seems kind of off. And then I did remember, because this is back before, way before YouTube in 95, 96, way before YouTube and the internet really doing anything. So the only reviews you'd hear about movies would either be in the papers sometimes, or Cisco and Ebert or what have you. So I didn't hear that much about it. It just didn't look that appealing to me. And then I found out after the fact, people were saying it's pretty bad. So that's
Yeah.
why the trailers didn't. Are you a fan of the genre?
Yes, ish. Because well, we were talking about was it before recording? After I don't know, but pirate films are cursed, and so it's kind of hard to be because like what have you got? You've got like the Errol Flynn films, you've got the
Mm-hmm.
Pirates of the Caribbean films, and
Mm-hmm.
you've got this. I'm sure there's are a couple others, but I like the first couple Pirates of the Caribbean ones. I thought those were interesting movies and fun and
Agreed.
um but I guess kinda like I like it
Okay.
when they're done well. So I guess yes ish.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yes-ish. All right. Yeah, I'm actually in the yes-ish category too. I do remember like when the first Pirates movie came out, it was overhyped so much before I saw it that I was like, this is pretty cool. I guess it's okay, but it was so overhyped that I couldn't really just see it at face value. So it didn't like
Mhm.
blow me away like it blew everybody else away. And I'm one of the few people that actually really likes the second one. I thought it was really cool seeing. I love the organ music that played for Davy Jones. I love
Oh
the
yeah.
effects for Davy Jones and how they're so cool, like monsters or whatnot. And how they had the
Mhm.
Kraken, the actual sea Kraken in there. It was really
Mhm.
cool. So yeah, so I definitely like. I guess I'm like you. I like the genre when it's done well, but the genre
Mhm.
isn't always done that well to
Yeah.
really have enough examples. I love good swashbuckling. So yeah.
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 All right. Question number 5. Are you a fan of the franchise? Now, this doesn't have a franchise.
Mhm.
So, what we can do instead is simply say, are you a fan of Gina Davis?
Yes. Yes. Emphatically, yes. Um, yeah,
Sit down,
one
Nate.
of
Sit down, please sit down.
one of my favorite movies of all time is A League of Their Own, and I
Yes,
think she's
agree.
amazing in that. Um, and because I'm a big fan of early baseball movies. That's a genre that's one of those peculiar genres that like you can almost always get me with is old baseball movies. Um,
Yes,
and but yeah, the League of Their Own is just fantastic. So I became a big fan of hers when I
right on.
when that movie came out.
Absolutely. But so it's
Mhm,
interesting. Yeah, that's probably my single favorite Gina Davis movie is A League of Their
mhm,
Own.
mhm.
However, there's a great Gina Davis movie that we might do eventually on here called The Long Kiss Goodnight. Have you heard of
Oh
this
yes, I have
movie
not.
or
I've
seen
heard of
this
it, but
movie?
I haven't seen it.
Okay. So why this one stands out is because Gina Davis, I believe, met her husband Rennie Harlan
Hmm.
on Cutthroat Island, and Rennie
Hmm.
Harlan directed The Long Kiss Goodnight, which is a great movie. I love The Long Kiss Goodnight. Now that
Hmm.
movie was also written by Shane Black, who did Lethal Weapon and a whole bunch of buddy cop movies, which kind of made my whole career essentially. But the idea is just funny that teaming up Rennie Harlan and Gina Davis another time makes one of my favorite movies of all time, or what makes
Hmm.
makes a great movie. Makes a great movie. In a way, if it's a Gina Davis, Rennie Harlan franchise, it
Hmm.
works in that. I haven't seen this movie, but who knows? It may actually be, despite all the the muckraking at this film, it may actually be pretty good. You never know.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
so
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
that's how I answer the whole franchise question.
Okay.
Question number 6: what are you hoping to see? Now, I know the first answer is Gina Davis, just her, but anything
Yes.
else?
Yeah. Just Gina Davis. Just Gina Davis. Um, I guess I'm a plot. I guess. um,
Plots. You do love plots.
Yes, like, I just hope it's not one of those movies where it's like you get halfway through and you're just like, "What the hell's going on? I don't even know why I'm here." I don't wanna be bored, I guess, is the way that, um and then always the standard, like, I guess this is kinda cheating at this point, but just good writing. Like, I hate bad dialogue. Like, bad dialogue
Yes,
just kills me,
it
and,
really does.
yeah, and I'm just worried that this might have it.
It definitely could. Because this is not written by Shane Black. What now? But what's interesting though is obviously Gina Davis is really really good at delivering all kinds of dialogue. She's an amazing.
Mhm,
I mean, she can do it. So even if the
mhm.
dialogue is atrocious, she might be able to pull it off in a way. You
Yeah,
never know.
she might be.
What I'm hoping to see is much simpler than yours because it is a swashbuckling action film. I'm just hoping to see good sword fights aboard a
Yes.
pirate ship.
Okay. Yes.
That's it.
Yes. Mhm.
That's it. Yeah, that's all it is.
You're keeping your
Now, question
expectations
number
low.
7, you guys. Yeah, very low, my friend. They are literally under the ground. I'll put a shovel out to keep my expectations that far down. What are you afraid to see? You mentioned it a little earlier, but just double check.
Yeah, yeah, bad writing. Like, I'm worried
Poor
that the
writing.
writing is gonna be bad,
Yeah.
and that it's just gonna be and it's gonna be painful to watch some scenes.
Yes. Yeah. That's a. And this is a huge tangent, but I'll say real quickly. That's why lots of the shows that are kind of popular on like network television or whatnot, I just can't get behind that. For example, Big Bang Theory, that
Yeah.
show, it's like, well, it's one thing that the dialogue is just bad, but another thing that they have with a laugh track in there that's
Mhm.
constantly after everything they say laughing. It's like it's just nails on a chalkboard to me. So I hear
Yeah.
you. I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The sitcoms for me have really even just going back and watching old sitcoms that I used to watch when I was a kid, I have a hard time watching now because they're just
Mm-hmm.
so contrived and the dialogue is so
Yeah.
like it just it sometimes physically hurts to watch scenes because you're just like, "Oh god." But then I remind myself that they all got
Yeah.
paid an ass load of money, so I guess I can't be too
Yes, they are all richer than you and I will ever come close. Yeah,
ever
it's
be. Like, the
it's
residuals
everything.
alone, like
Yeah, the Olsen twins. before they even tasted puberty, were rich forever.
Oh yeah.
Just keep that in mind.
Oh yeah.
And they are
Yeah.
horrible, horrible actors. They are just, I mean, they are genuinely bad actors. Their sister, their little sister, Elizabeth, is fantastic.
She's
But
great.
they are not, she's great. But they are
You got it, dude.
Oof. Just literally hearing you say that right now, I could feel my soul crying. So yeah, bad dialogue.
Yeah.
Bad dialogue.
Well, what was funny was apparently there was a resurgence in the like the 2000s, like the late like 2008, 2009. There was a major resurgence of Full House in like on like video and
Yeah,
DVD because my
yeah.
niece, who she was born in 97, and she loved Full House
Wow.
because it just resurged for her generation. So like they watched it
Yeah.
because it's good, wholesome family, whatever. So she loved it,
Sure. Sure.
and I remember, of course, like I only saw her a couple times a year, so it very well could be that she loved it for like 3 months, and that happened to be the 2 times I visited that year. So, but
Right.
even still, like the amount that they watched it, it was just like, oh God, I can't. But
I know what you mean, and there
Mhm.
definitely was a resurgence towards because I think that resurgence also spurred on and helped that that not reboot, but that sequel series that
Oh yeah.
happened, Fuller
Hmm.
House on Netflix. And I actually have a buddy of mine, a good friend of mine, actually out here in LA. He was a writer on that show for a few
Oh
seasons.
really?
Really good guy, really good writer as well, really funny guy. And so I've actually watched quite a few episodes of that show. And that show,
Hmm.
bizarrely enough, actually does have pretty good writing most of the time. They actually have pretty good jokes. I think one of the things that helps though is that the people who are writing it are people like like you and me who are like,
Yeah.
I hate bad dialogue. How can we still stay in the camp of kind of tone that the show
Hmm.
had, but not be so saccharine that it just
Yeah.
burns our faces off? They're kind of aware of it, so that's why it's they're
Yeah.
pretty good about this.
Well,
Yeah.
and fun fact, the girl who played Stephanie, when I because like remember we were I think we actually are Stephanie's age. Like I think
Jodie Sweden, yeah,
yeah, Jodie Sweetin.
we're age, yeah,
Yeah, like we're all the same age essentially, like maybe within a year or
yeah,
so. So when I was watching the show as a kid, like she was one of my first crushes. I love Jodie
yeah,
Sweetin.
of course,
And then
yeah.
Fuller House came out and she remains one of my crushes. Like sh- so
Yes, for
that's
again
all
for
I'll say
those
on
who can't see, Nate's eyebrows are waggling like crazy. They're just waggling off his face now.
that. Yeah, there was
Yes,
a couple of
but I agree.
episodes.
I agree.
Yeah, there's I think it was in the first season of Fuller House. There was an episode where they go to like a club or something, and she walks
Yep,
in this
yep.
dress,
There it
and I
is.
remember thinking,
Yes.
okay, there's no way a dress like that would have made it on the original Full House. Holy,
No, dude.
but
No,
anyway,
no. Because yeah, it does feel like it's not exactly as meant to be. Because it's not for ABC. I think that was original.
no,
Yeah, it was ABC that originally aired it. I think it was part of the original TGIF
oh yeah,
on
it was.
ABC. So this is not ABC. Netflix, you can definitely get away with more stuff. And because obviously these are meant to be more modern versions of these characters, they're updated and they're a little more risque and everything else. And yeah, Jodie Sweden, oof, yeah, she's on my list too. She's on my list too. So yeah.
We're being a couple
And I
honest today.
almost got to go. Yeah, we are. We really are. I guess
We
it's
are,
Wednesday,
but
but
I
yeah.
guess yeah. So, anyways,
But,
I'm sorry, I
I
interrupted you.
almost
You were
got to
saying.
go. No. All I was gonna say was I almost got a chance to go to view to view them filming, taping an episode.
Oh wow.
Before COVID and everything. It's like
Oh,
one of the last episodes for the series, because the series is now over. And I almost got to go view it, and I had an accident, so I wasn't able to go. I hurt myself. I had to go to the doctor. But
oh man.
I was like, oh my gosh, it'd be great. I'm sure I can get Jodie Sweetin's autograph and.
Uh-huh.
It always kind of, but of course it didn't happen. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's basically the universe saying, no, we need to keep you away from her at all cost. Let's just do this. So it worked. It worked.
Yes.
All right.
Fate smiled on you.
Right. Fate waggled his eyebrows away from me, as we say. So moving on to our last question in
Mhm.
our precoital countdown. Do you think you will like this movie?
Ugh. I'm Probably not. Based off what I know of the movie and, based off what I know and based off of, that description I just went through,
Yeah, that
uh,
description is rough.
yeah, I don't think so. Do not think so.
Yeah, I'm in the same camp. I do not think I will like it. I don't think I will hate it. I think that because of
Okay.
over the years, it's been, what 20, almost 25 years or so that I've
Mhm.
had in my brain that this is a terrible movie that's almost that pretty much ruined the whole pirate genre. So my
Mhm.
expectations are so rock bottom that as long as this movie doesn't kick me in the nuts, literally, I think that I'll be like, okay, it wasn't too bad. So I don't think I will
Mhm.
like it, but I don't think I'll hate it either.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I think
That's
that's
how I
kinda
feel.
where I'm at too. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just
that's fair.
like it yeah, it's this movie is just I don't think I'm gonna like it, but I don't think I'm gonna hate it.
Right.
I
Yeah,
think I'm going
and
to
that's
be
I
indifferent
think
to it.
that's a right. I think that's a fair way to enter these things. I feel like more often that we should have done that in general. We as moviegoers probably should go into movies or shows or what have you with no real bias,
Mhm.
very measured expectations. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I just I think that's my ultimate hope with any of these films is I just hope I don't want my time back. That's all.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Oh,
fair. That's
jeez.
a if that
Yeah.
is the bar you have to set, my friend, I envy you because life will probably, shine on you pretty hard. All right. Well, cool.
All right. Well,
Well,
that
I don't know if uh, I don't know if anyone that watches this or listens to this will want to join us in watching this movie. If
Mhm,
you don't worry. We'll fall on the grenade for you as part of our
mhm.
job. But
Yes.
you are free to do so. Yeah, and
Mhm.
of course, free to chime in if you get on the stream in the chat and want to have any offer any opinions.
Yes.
We welcome those too.
Yes, please do. Yeah, and what's going to happen is next week we're going to come back and we're going to come together and talk about the film. Both Ethan and I will watch this movie this week, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. But right now we are going to be taking a short break for our live viewers. We're going to be taking a short break, and then we're going to come back and play some Batman: Arkham Asylum. For those of you listening, or those of you watching the YouTube video, thank you for tuning in. We're going to be back here next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Live, or you can catch us on the feed and on YouTube and podcast and all those fun places. So, Ethan, do you have anything to say before I wrap this puppy up?
Yes,
Hmm?
Gina Davis is a fan of married men that have a goatee and enjoy uh, enjoy going by the name Nate.
Well, that's awesome, but COVID, but anyway. Um
Oh right, COVID,
yeah,
the modern
reminder.
day STD.
Exactly. Well, it's more like the live LTD, living transmitted disease. I have no idea. Okay. So
Perfect dismount as always.
perfect dismount. Yeah, before that goes down any more trails that it needs to go down, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. And y'all have a wonderful day.
Johnny Sins.